Happy April, you guys. As you know, our focus this month is verbiage, questions, and objectives. And I think part of what most new distributors are struggling with, and even some seasoned distributors, is when it comes to verbiage, is getting into the Juice Plus conversation. And so I thought I'd take a couple minutes and talk about that. So I want to talk about how do you open a conversation, how do you advance that conversation, and then how do you continue the conversation and keep it going. And I'm going to just share an example that happened to me this weekend, and hopefully it'll help trigger some ideas and some thoughts as you're out there talking to people. The one thing I just want to say before I even jump into this training is, if you can just keep Juice Plus top of mind all the time, you are going to do so much better. Because if you think about it, as Dr. Sear says, everyone from womb to tomb needs Juice Plus. And so everywhere we look, everywhere we go, everyone we talk to needs Juice Plus. So keep Juice Plus top of mind. All right, so how do you open a conversation? So this weekend, I helped throw a bridal shower. And had three other women that were throwing the shower, actually four other women who were throwing the shower with me. And so we were in a group text. And so when you think about wanting to open the conversation, you need to either ask questions, and so that you get to know that person and you're asking questions about the other person, or you make a statement that will trigger them to ask you a question. So questions and statements that trigger questions. And so we were in this group text, and we were talking about who was going to pick up what for the shower. And I said, hey, my assistant comes on Thursday. I can just get her to pick it all up for us if you guys want. So I knew she'd be happy. My assistant would be happy to do that. But I also knew that was a statement that would probably trigger a question. And sure enough, it did. We all got together and we're setting up the shower. And one of the gals said to me, she said, do you really have an assistant? And I said, yeah, I do. And she said, what do you do? And so I said, I don't know if you've ever heard of Juice Plus, but I have been a rep for Juice Plus for the last 18 years. And she said, well, I know so-and-so. She takes Juice Plus. And I said, yeah. I said, and I told her the story of that customer, of why that customer, it was a customer of mine, why she got on Juice Plus. And so I said, this business has just been such a godsend, because I have made so many friends, and just dear friends, whether they're customers of mine or they become reps. And I said, I love what I do. I get up every morning. I can't wait to get to work. I can't wait to walk a few steps into my office. And so as we continued to talk, you want to then, once you open the conversation, advance the conversation. And so to advance the conversation, the same thing is true. You ask more probing questions of them, and you make statements, not just to trigger questions, but you want to make statements, take it a little deeper, and make statements that will provoke thought or emotion. Because what you're doing is you're escalating the relationship. You're bringing it deeper, I guess is probably a better word for it. And so as we were talking, I began to ask her questions about health. I shared some of my health issues and just kind of what Juice Plus has done for me. And it began to become more personal. And we both began to share on a deeper level. And then the third thing you want to do is continue that conversation. Even if someone becomes a customer, you never want to stop that conversation from going. Why? Because I don't just want a customer who buys once. I want a customer who will be a customer for life. Or I want a customer who will turn into a distributor. Or I want a customer who I have a great relationship with. That, as we add people into our life, it enhances our life. So I always want to continue that conversation with someone. And I loved in Eric Worre's book, he talks about this. You never want to leave a conversation without having a next step. And so what my next step was with this gal who I was talking to is I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having an event at my house on Tuesday night. All right, here's a side note. You always want to have 1 or 2 events going on a month. So when you get in these conversations, boom, you've got your continuing question that you have to ask. And that is, can you join me on Tuesday night? Won't you come? I said, oh my gosh, it'll be fun. You know, so-and-so's coming. We're going to have just a group of people. We're going to chat about our health journey. We're going to talk about, I said the title of it is Whole Food Nutrition or Holes in Your Nutrition. So we'll talk about the holes in our nutrition and our kids' nutrition. And I'd just love for you to come. We're going to have a light meal, and it'll be fun. So if you're not busy, please come. And so she said, so that kind of ended that conversation. I think we got interrupted. Later, I was talking to a couple other women, and she walked up. She goes, Elaine, I want to come Tuesday night. What time is your event? So it was 7 o'clock. Well, let me just stop here for a minute. It wasn't even my question, but she just opened the question up for me to then turn to the other women I was talking to and say, hey, you guys, I am having an event at my house. It's about nutrition. We're talking about our health journey. I'd love for you guys to come join us. Are you guys available Tuesday night? Opened up another question. One girl said, well, I used to take Juice Plus, and then the conversation just opened up to a whole conversation about their kids and what their kids needed, and hopefully I've invited them. I was able to, ADD came up. I shared, you know, about a Voxer of another mom who'd seen such results with the Juice Plus Omega. So I said, let me share. I will send you that Voxer. It's just a message that you'll get, and you'll hear this mom talking about the impact Juice Plus had on her kids. And then if you can come, please come on Tuesday night. So it opened the door for me to get their phone numbers, follow up, and send them that message. And it just continued the conversation. And so that's what I just want to encourage you guys to do, is think about questions and statements. And know that we will be putting out on our Team Extreme Facebook page, a list of questions that will help you get into these conversations as well as statements. So think in the terms of questions and statements that will trigger more questions, then to advance the conversation, a little bit deeper questions and statements that will provoke thought and emotion. And then to continue the conversation, always invite them to an event, invite them to watch a video, invite them to listen to an Voxer, invite them to coffee. Invitation. To continue the conversation, extend them an invitation. I hope this helps get you into those great conversations and advancing them to a deeper level, and then continuing them by sharing an invitation with someone to an event, to anything. Just keep the conversation going.